Alright guys, my name is Fans, and today I am going to be bringing you a normal video. This one is going to be another 2 PvP matches. One of them is insane, the other one is still insane, but they are both against a team with 5 megas, and I was like, oh my gosh, this first one is going to be the insane one. It's not going to be a close one, not at all. But here we go. Let's get right into this thing. So I start off with that earthquake. I said it multiple times before. I don't take risk against those Groudons because oh my gosh, are they insane if you allow them to get set up. So he goes for the earthquake. I'm like, all right, he probably doesn't want to. He probably doesn't want to lose his Groudon here, so I'm just going to go straight for that Dragon Rush, and I end up getting a pretty nice prediction there. I saw they didn't have Hidden Power Ice, so I got kind of lucky right there. So he just went for the Toxic, I go for the Substitute, and I start setting up, because I don't think that he's going to be able to, do much against me. I was kind of, I was kind of expecting him to swap out. But he ended up going for a light screen to support his team. I don't really know what that was going to do in the long run for him, but he just goes straight for that Heat Wave. It really does like no damage whatsoever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let him hit me one more time with the Heat Wave before I attack him, because I do want to keep my Substitute. But he ends up missing that first one, and I was like, oh sweet, that's another free Hone Claws that I can get. So he ends up hitting me with the Heat Wave this time, and I'm like, alright, I'm just going to go straight for that Dragon Rush now, and I'll still have my Substitute for the next whoever else comes out. I think it's going to be a Salamence. Yeah, so it's going to be the Salamence, and I'm like, I'm probably going to outspeed this, so I'm going to go straight for that Dragon Rush. There was a chance that he was going to outspeed me, but I ended up getting that kill. So here I was like, alright, flying types, this isn't a flying type, but I want to conserve my Dragon Rush, my Dragon Rushes for flying types, and thank God I kept my Substitute, because that probably would have taken me out if I didn't have the Substitute up, because he did outspeed me. So I went straight for that Earthquake to take the Charizard out, and I did the same for the Tyranitar, and all he has left is the Metagross and the Groudon, and I'm like, alright, Metagross, there's such a slight chance that it'll have Sturdy, but it didn't. It ended up having Tough Claws, which is probably the way to go for a Mega Metagross, and I got that Garchomp sweep against 5 Megas. We got 5 Megas isn't enough. Episode dose. But no, in all realness, what am I trying to say? In all seriousness, though, that was probably my my best Garchomp sweep ever, and I mean, I've had quite my fair share of Garchomp sweeps. So here we go. The second one, we got a team of 5 Megas again. This one is a different player. We got this one is against Shadow Moon, starting off with that Tailo lead, you know, the Endeavor one, but I also see it run Curse a lot, so I was not sure what he was gonna do. I guess I went Substitute. I'm not really too sure why, to be honest, what I was thinking back then, but whatever I was thinking, it worked. So he goes for the Groudon, I go straight for the Earthquake, and he goes for the Earthquake to take out my Substitute. So I go for the Earthquake again. That one actually, I think it did more damage than the other one, but I saw that he had Toxic, and I was like, oh wow, I don't know why you would put Toxic on him, but that is quite the interesting move. So he ended up going for Rest. I thought he was probably going to expect me to go Substitute, because he saw me run Substitute in the past. So here I was like, alright, I'm just going to go Substitute this time, because he's probably going to Toxic me this time after he restored all of his health, and I start setting up. So this is where like mind games start. I really love doing the mind games with people. I go for the the Earthquake. I don't know why I said Hone Claws, expecting that he would probably just Earthquake me, expecting my Substitute, but he ended up going for a Toxic, and it missed, thank God. I did have the Shed Skin, so if it would have hit me, I should have been okay, but I ended up going for the Substitute and protecting myself from the the whatever it's called. So I ended up going for a Dragon Rush, maybe getting a flinch. That would have been really cool because I knew that an Earthquake wasn't going to take it out. But he just ended up taking out my sub, and I took him out with that Earthquake. So here I was like, okay, maybe I can get a flinch, maybe a crit, anything, as long as I get some damage on this thing. And I ended up getting a flinch first turn, and I was like, what if it happens again? Well, it didn't, and I got taken out from the Kyogre Ice Beam, which is extremely strong against the Garchomp, if you didn't know. So I'm like, alright, I have the Zapdos, I might as well go for a Thunderbolt to take it out. Unfortunately, he did have a Zapdos. I wasn't really paying attention to his team composition at that point, but I just went for the Thunderbolt. He absorbed it, but he didn't have Hidden Power Ice again. So I go for the Toxic. He ended up having a Toxic. So at this point of the game, I'm like, all right, I really don't want my Zapdos to be Toxic right now. So I'm just gonna go straight for the Steelix and see what I can do. I'm probably gonna just taunt him because I don't want him toxicking the rest of my team. I was planning on just swapping out. I'm like, well, he doesn't have anything to hit me other than the Heat Wave, so he's probably just going to go for a Heat Wave. So I swapped into the Kyogre. He ended up missing. I guess that's a reoccurring thing in this battle, Heat Wave missing and Zapdos is not having Hidden Power Ice. But I have the taunt up. I was like, alright, I might as well get the Toxic off. He tries to go for a Toxic on me, but the taunt was still in effect. So unfortunately, it did not tell me that the taunt did wear off, and he ended up toxicking my Zapdos, and I was like, shoot, I did not want this to happen. So I thought he was going to have the exact same moveset as me, but he ended up having Detect instead of Roost, so he protected himself there, but I just go for the Roost here. He ends up going for the Heat Wave, and my Toxic takes him out. So here I was like, okay, let's see who's he gonna put in. He's gonna send in Kyogre. I'm like, all right, I'm probably gonna take this thing out with a Thunderbolt. But he ended up having Protect, and I was like, shoot, okay. Hopefully he attacks me this turn, or if he goes for another Protect, he doesn't get the double Protect. But he ended up getting the double Protect, so that was my Zapdos down, which is kind of unfortunate. I kind of needed him to take out that Kyogre. I mean, I did end up taking the Kyogre in the end, but I'm like, alright, I have the Dragonite, I might as well use him. He is soon to be replaced with the Lugia. I just need a Roost TM from the guild shop. It is killing me that I don't have one. I really, really want Lugia to be on my team, man. Excuse me. I'm like, alright, let's see it. Kyogre, let's see if I can outspeed him. I am blue +1, but I am only level 69. So I just go for a Calm Mind here. Probably I was expecting him to swap out. I was kind of forgetting that I already took out the Zapdos, so I was like, he's probably going to swap into Zapdos to try and absorb the Thunder, but he didn't even have the Zapdos, so I ended up freezing him with that Ice Beam, but he had the Berry. So I knew I was going to outspeed it because he didn't have Swift Swim, but I ended up getting the Quick Claw anyway. So I just took him out with that Ice Beam. So here he sends in a Lugia. I'm like, alright, he's probably going to go for a Toxic because every Lugia has Toxic. So he goes for the Safeguard. I'm like, I don't want him toxicking my team. So should I go Taunt or should I go Crunch, because Crunch was super effective, and I ended up going for Crunch because I kind of just expected him to take me out, but he didn't take me out that time, so I'm like, alright, I might as well Taunt now, and he ended up swapping out. So this actually ended up working well for me. He tried setting up with a Calm Mind, and no, he tried using Protect, that was what it was, and I ended up using Thunder. And unfortunately, he lived on 731 health, and went for the Thunderbolt, and I was like, darn it, that actually did a really decent amount of damage, but I went and just took him out right there with the Thunder. So, here he goes for that Lugia, and I'm like, alright, there's no point in swapping out because he's going to Toxic me. My Kyogre's almost dead anyway, so I'm just going to go for a Thunder. I don't want him getting his multi-scale back from leftovers, assuming that he had it. Which I think he did. Yeah, he did. So I ended up getting a Quick Claw. I wasn't sure if that mattered or not. I don't remember how fast the Lugia was. But I end up living on such a little bit of health from that toxic, but he ended up having quick attack, of course, because it's a Tailo. But I had that guillotine preventing him from attacking me whatsoever. I mean, Endeavor doesn't affect me, quick attack doesn't affect me. The only thing I could think that he would have would be like Curse and maybe Double Teamer or something like that. But I mean, Aura bypasses the accuracy checks, so I was pretty much good to go. So that is going to be the episode, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to slap that like button. If you are new, please subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. But other than that, my name is Fanes on behalf of Master Guild Server 39, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.